Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, the worldwide celebration is here. Explosive Fighting Spirit campaign. There's some interesting things with it. I would say the units themselves are very good. I've had a chance to play around with them now for quite a bit. Again, Vegito is potential best unit in the game. I mean, this right here, once he becomes this, he is definitely the best in the game. There's nothing that compares to him. But it takes him a little while to get there. Buuhan is the best villain in the game. Very, very good units. But there definitely is a lack of content, I would say. Not really. The problem, I feel, is that they might overload part 2 with content too much in these big celebrations, right? Like, this is exactly the way it was in the 5-year anniversary as well, where part 1 didn't have, like, an EZA or anything like that. Like, an EZA is definitely, like, serious content. Like, you're taking an old character, making them good again, top tier again, right? Then you'd want to, maybe test them out in difficult events. You have to actually grind them up. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Maybe even if it's a free EZA, you farm up the second copy to get them the SA-15, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff you could do that I think they need to stop, like, making... Because part 1... It's literally like they're like, okay, here's the banners, y'all have fun. And then part 2, we're going to start dropping content. I wonder if this campaign is going to be 3 parts like the 5-year anniversary was. Because the beginning of this feels very similar to me to the 5-year anniversary, right? So let's just quickly go through a couple of things. And then I did sort of make this. Okay, so it looks like a lot of people want to wait until the end of the celebration to really say for sure. I would say that's the appropriate sort of answer, but if someone says it sucks so far, like, that's fair, and if someone says it's good so far, that's fair as well. But I feel like when I do something like this, like make a poll, a lot of people's votes will sort of skew towards, did I pull Vegito? Did I pull Buuhan? Did I get fucked on the Buuhan banner, right? Like, so it's like, someone pull Vegito first multi, they're not going to say it sucked, right? They're going to say, it's pretty good so far, right? So that is one thing to keep in mind. Alright, so let's just look at the content, right? Okay, so this is one of the big things. So they have this campaign. There wasn't a global versus JP typical campaign they usually do during these download celebrations, right? Last year, the reward cards were the Hercule and the Cell. 2 years ago, the reward cards were the, whatchamacallit, the Goku and Frieza, right? Yeah, the reward cards were the Goku and Frieza. So, like, of course, that was nice, right, to have a sort of, like, reward cards like that we could sort of get. Whereas this year, it's just this, like, sort of stamina campaign that we're doing. Now, what's interesting is it didn't look like we were actually even going to finish this, right? Because when you finish it, everyone is going to get this wallpaper. The rewards are actually pretty decent right here, right, using stamina. But the issue with using 2.2 billion stamina is that there isn't really stuff to do, right? Like, yeah, you can grind story events, and, get links, like level up your links. Like, that's what I'm doing. That's what, I'm sure other YouTubers are doing. But, it does get boring after a while. And especially, like, once you start hitting link level 5 on characters, the rate at which it's going up, it just goes down so much. Like, so few fights are even leveling up your links. You could go dozens of full stamina bars before getting a link from level 9 to 10, that it just gets not as fun. So, like, I don't know, actually releasing more content would have been a good idea, such as the story event. We're going to get into it, but they copied Legends with, like, staggering these events throughout an entire celebration, which is just stupid. I hate that so much. It's just absolutely dumb. Alright, so yeah, using the stamina, we weren't going to hit it, and they did extend it, which is funny, right? Like, they gave us a couple of extra days. I believe originally it was going to end tonight, and they extended it until the 5th, because people aren't really using stamina, because there's not really that much to do, right? Like, yeah, you could farm up the events, but basically, what people do is, if they don't pull the LR, they don't even grind the medals. Like, I know this for sure, because, like, look at, like, LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, like, it seems like most people didn't even, they don't grind the medals up in advance thinking that they'll ever pull the unit. Then they pull the unit and they go, Truth, where's the event? I can't grind up the medals. It's like, yeah, well, when the event drops, grind up the medals in advance in case you ever pull the unit, especially with those legendary summon LRs that, you could get from anniversaries and stuff like that, like these ticket banners. Like, you really should pre-farm the medals, ahead of time, right? Because especially, like, you got to be using your stamina for something. If you're free, you only have so much stamina to use. You don't want to waste it, right? So getting the medals ahead of time is good. But, once you get, what do you need? Like, 105 medals from this event total, I think? That's enough to awaken Vegito, Buuhan, Buu Piccolo, as well as Tien. So yeah, get the events grinded up, get the medals to awaken Buu Piccolo, Buuhan, Vegito, and Tien. Of course, we got all the ticket stuff. I know a lot of people were so upset. Honestly, thinking about it more, the whole complaints about the Memorial Dragonstone does feel pretty stupid to me. Yeah, they could have made it 100, but it's not that big a deal. I saw people saying this is the worst thing Dokkan has. It's like, oh my god, please, let's relax. Like, because they could have just given us, like Goresh said, if they had just given us tickets, no one complains, right? They actually switched it up and created a new option. Yeah, I know, it is dumb that it's not really an option that free-to-play players could take advantage of, but it's still something they added to it, right? You still get the same tickets as, like, the last couple of years, so definitely, like, people saying that's the worst thing ever, like, stop. No, relax. But yeah, look at all this non-content here, right? Like, okay, so we get the Kid Buu event. I hate this so much. This event, I have to mention, you got to do this once per day, and then I still haven't even done the new stage of Boss Rush. Boss Rush is just so pointless and boring, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, like, there's also the launch, like, dude, see, they got to stop doing this. Like, when people say banners are not content, like, I would agree. Legends banners are content, because it's, like, sort of like a PvP game. The whole purpose is using new units in a PvP setting, right? So I would argue that Legends, like banners are content in Legends, right? Dokkan PvE setting, it's not, right? Like, yeah, the 2 new events are great, but, like, these Dokkan events are just so piss easy now. It's not really content like that. Like, what they needed to do was, this story event needed to be complete right away. We needed this story event to be completely done immediately as soon as the celebration started. And then, maybe they could have had the EZA area for part 2. That would have been fine. Because, again, we know that the Hercule is going to Dokkan Awaken into a Hercule and Buu exchange card. And then Goku is going to Dokkan Awaken into a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That is going to utilize this brand new partner super attack mechanic with a Hercule to use the Super Spirit Bomb. So it's going to be interesting, right? That unit needs, like, that type of unit needs to be a summonable LR again. Exchange unit, Vegeta, Goku, Spirit Bomb, all types of different stuff, for sure. I hope, they're not just going to make it like a free-to-play unit and then end there. But, we will see. We will see. So, this should have been finished out, right? They could have had the EZA area in part 2. There should have been a normal EZA as well. Because there's just, dude, there's so many units in the Buu Saga that could get EZAs right now. Like, they very easily could have EZA'd Buu Gotenks right now, this guy. Right? Like, because Buff Buu EZAs from these Buuhan medals. He already got his EZA and JP. They could have EZA'd this guy right now during this celebration. So, I didn't pull Buu tanks. Damn, it sucks. But at least I could farm up the EZA for this guy, right? Because this guy would be a monster, I'm sure, after his EZA. The problem now is that the best villain unit in the game is Majin Buu Gotenks. That's an extreme physical unit. Completely, this guy will be overshadowed forever, unfortunately, because of that. But this guy, I think his EZA could still be good, right? They could have given him an EZA right now. It would have been an extra thing to grind, an extra character to have, and that would have been very good. And again, there's just so many characters. They could have EZA'd this Goten and Trunks right here, right? We got the better version, which is, I guess both of them are from the Bio Broly movie, huh? Both of the 2 sets of Kid Trunks and Goten. But they easily could have EZA'd these 2 right here, right? Made them quite a bit better, right? Like, there's so many characters in the Buu Saga, man. Like, seriously, it's such a ridiculously massive roster. A lot of people really wanted to see these 2 EZA right here. I still think they could. Definitely a really good chance, because they do Dokkan Awaken with the medals from Kid Buu's Dokkan event, but we've already seen with them easying God Topo and Dispo, that no longer matters, right? Because God Topo and Dispo, they awaken with medals from Evolution Blue Vegeta and Jiren's Dokkan events, who are category leaders, right? So they very easily could EZA these two in Part 1 and Part 2 and Part 3 and given us more content. It would have been a really good idea because, you know, base Goku and base Vegeta on some of these teams, like, yeah, like, see, look, Desperate Struggle. Interesting that Vegeta's on Desperate Struggle and this Goku's not. Final trump card because of Spirit Bomb. But this would be a solid base Goku for the Buu Saga team. And same with this Vegeta. Like, these guys could actually help. Like, you know, the Buu Saga team is now one of the best teams in the game because they have one of the top 3 or 4 best units in the game as leader, right? So that definitely would be huge if, like, these guys got an EZA, or if they just found other random units in here to EZA. I don't know, STR Fat Buu. Like, you know, I'm sure a lot of stuff is going to happen in Part 2 and 3, but they just definitely have not given us enough at the start. And this is like a reoccurring issue where these big celebrations, it's just that they're slow dripping us the content too slowly. The other thing too, so JP about a month ago got 10 new stages of category Super Battle Road. That should have been during this celebration, and it should have been on Global and JP at the same time. There's no reason for them not to have done that. That was stupid. There's this event as well, but this is a once-per-day event. Like, yeah, it's great to get all of these meat items, which are very good for free-to-play players, but, like, you know, like, this is a once-per-day stage. Like, this isn't really anything too crazy. And then we have this. This is incredible, right? This launch stage, which gives you 20 stones per clear, but this is once a week. It's once a week, man. So, you know, it's just clear, right? Like, clear as day that they didn't give us enough sort of content right here at the start. Here, let me refresh. Let me just read a couple of things. Okay. So Sora is saying because they didn't pull the units that they wanted. That's definitely true. But there definitely does need to be more content. Yeah, because Boss Rush takes 2 seconds, super easy. New story event that's not even done. Yeah, and a lot of people did want Extreme Super Battle Road. See, that's the other thing too. Like, where is Extreme Super Battle Road on Global? Like, it came out in March on JP, and they just haven't done it. Like, I don't know. It's very odd. Lacking in content. Yeah, see, Part 1 of Celebrations is usually like that. The main focus is the banner. That's fine, but if they would just give us some more, like, EZAs throughout these celebrations, that fixes a lot of these issues, right? Like, if there's going to be 3 parts to this celebration, each part should have an EZA, right? So, like, they could have EZA'd... We'll say the EZA area for the Goku and Hercule that from the event will be Part 2. Part 1, they could have given an EZA to, again, Buu Gotenks, and then maybe to, I don't know, that STR Spirit Bomb Goku and the Int Vegeta or something like that. And then maybe in Part 3, some other Buu unit gets an EZA or something. Like, that's something that they should definitely do. They hit us with the Dragon Ball Legends content, which is here's some banners. But again, for Dragon Ball Legends, I would argue that banners are content for Legends. I would. Yep, a lot of people are saying content doesn't count, link leveling doesn't count. I mean, link leveling doesn't count because it's for especially if you're a free-to-play player. Rushing it is not what you want to do. It's not, because it's like, you know, Garesh was talking about. It took him, you know, 60 stamina bars to level 1 Link on the Goku and Vegeta unit from level 9 to 10, right? That's the type of thing that can happen with link leveling. So it's much better if you're a free-to-play player to take it slow. Naturally let your characters link level up from 5 to 10. Don't really try and rush it, right? Don't use stones to replenish stamina for it, because it's just going to be very, very difficult. Darnumi waiting to give final thoughts. My boy Fart talking about getting into the game. Yeah, definitely should get into it. Dokkan is fun. See, the thing about Dokkan that's really good is that it's just very easy to casually play, right? Like, my gym still is not open. I'm just sitting here aimless in life without the gym. And, like, you know, once the gym is open, it's very easy to, you know, be on the treadmill and, you know, grinding link levels and stuff like that. Like, I just cannot wait, right? Like, Dokkan is awesome for cooking and playing Dokkan. All types of shit like that, right? Like, you know, it's going to be just really awesome when, you know, gym opens back up. You know, you could just grind this stuff out. Because, like, Legends, like, you got to sit down. You're basically turning on your PS4 to play Legends, right? Because it's PvP. You got to get super sweaty. Dokkan isn't like that. More content. Global got the short end of the stick by not getting the new category Super Battle stages. Yes, that is true, because category Super Battle Road, like the new stages, it's up right now, right? Like I know it's up for both JP and Global, like Super Battle Road, you could do it whenever you want, but like JP has the 10 new stages as well, which Global doesn't, which is stupid. I assume Global is going to get it in October with Ultimate Gohan, but we will see. Could use more events, yep. Yeah, dude, the animations, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Dokkan is just never gonna die with how good these animations look now. Like, they make it look so... Like, the Vegito 12-key super attack, the Spirit Excalibur, like, that's not even... They didn't even take that from the anime, and it looks that good, right? So, sky's the limit, for sure. Yeah, they gave us the 2.2 billion stamina goal and nothing but links. It was just not good. Not good of them to do. Absolutely for sure, right? Alright, so here we're saying it's very similar to a normal celebration. Vegito very similar to the Int one. Yeah, Vegito is just a powered-up version of the Int Vegito, and it's just much, much easier to get that STR Vegito out than it was the Int Vegito, right? Pretty tough to get Int Vegito out. 6 turns under 50% HP. The STR Vegito, 4 turns under 77%. Much easier to get him out. The new TN is godly. Yes, that is true. No content. Yeah, see, that's the big thing. Yep, wish we had a winner and loser card. That was always fun to have. I'm sure we might still see that in part 2 or 3. Perhaps there will be some sort of event to gather, Genki for Goku creating the Spirit Bomb. That would be cool, right, if they did that. Just some sort of event where Global and JP do the event and you're gathering energy for Goku to take out Kid Buu. They could have some sort of raid EZA. There's definitely, like... I think when the celebration is said and done, it's going to be fine. But just right here at the start, and then they give us this 2.2 billion stamina goal, and they gave us nothing to use stamina on. It's so bizarre, right? Like, this should have been throughout the entire celebration or something like that, so that they could have actually given us all these stages we have to grind. Again, it's just very, very bizarre. So yeah, I expect we could see some winner cards at some point, maybe in part 2 or 3. We'll see. But then again, I'm holding out a lot of hope that the potential for part 2 and 3 are going to be very good. Now, okay, so this is an interesting point. Hope there's an EZA, maybe Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Legendary Summon could be Kid Buu. Now, my issue with some of these big celebrations too is that for some reason, they don't EZA major units anymore, right? 5-year anniversary, they did not EZA like a major... When I say a major unit, I mean like a Dokkan Fest exclusive, right? Which is funny, because right now, from the Buu Saga, they get EZA Int Kid Buu, Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. All 3 of them, 120% leaders, which is what we're, kind of moving through with the EZAs from the Buu Saga, right? Kid Buu, the end of the Buu Saga would make a lot of sense coming up. But... they don't EZA these Dokkan Fest exclusives during these big celebrations. I don't really understand why. Because, like, those are the big main hype characters, right? Like, I don't think it has anything to do with them being scared to EZA the unit at the same time on Global. Because Global is pretty caught up. And, I mean, again, Vegito and Buuhan very well may be the 2 best units in the game. Like, the only unit up there with them, I think UI Goku is, and I would probably also say LR Full Power Jiren is on that same level, but, like, that's pretty much it. Like, they're the top of the game, so it's not like, oh, we unbalanced Global by EZing this, Super Saiyan 3 Goku quick or Gotenks. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they got to do something with that. Waiting until the end to make a decision because things can always turn around. Yeah, and I think they will. Again, I think there will be a lot of content in part 2 and 3. They just have to get better at balancing part 1. Okay, so Anime Blaster pulled the new units. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think a lot of people that pulled the units are having fun, going events, testing them out and stuff like that. But people who don't get them, yeah, there's just not a lot of content. Yeah. He got them, so he's very, very hype. Yep. Feels weird for Dokkan to have the big campaign focused on stamina and not release the thing grind like a new free-to-play LR. Yeah, that's the other thing. We are going to get the LR Hercule EZA as well, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, right. Wokey. Okay, thank you. They could have done the Hercule EZA in part 1, right? Like, that would have made a lot of sense. I don't know if there's going to be an EZA area for him or what. We don't know how he's going to EZA at this moment, but, like, that would have been good right there, right? Or releasing just a new free-to-play LR in general would have made a lot of sense. I don't know. They could have given us, like, like an Angel Vegeta free-to-play unit or something like that. Like, there's definitely something they could have done. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, they gotta get more stuff during these big celebrations, because this is supposed to be like, there's so many returning players and stuff. Like, I think it should be a little bit better. Yeah, well, okay, the new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage. Yeah, but that was like the countdown, right? Like, that's not even part 1. That was the countdown. That came. When did the new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage come out? Like the 23rd or something like that. Like, here, we could see it, right? Yeah, countdown. Let me see. When did the new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage come out? That came out on. Did I go by it? Yeah. The 20th. Yeah, see, like, that, dude, that's so long ago. Like, Chain Battle was nice during the countdown. I think that was really well done. But, like, you guys get what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. Hype units, no content, nothing to do. Wish there was more content. Units are super hype, but there ain't much to do. Like, it's just, like, everyone is in agreement, right? Oh, here we go. Okay, complete garbage celebration. Boss rush takes 25 minutes to complete. 4 stages a beat. Link levels are not part of the celebration, by the way. That's true. New units have lame kits. No interesting or new events to try them on. New units have lame kits. I mean, Goku and Vegeta, I can understand why you would say that. They are very, like, I don't know if I would want to call them cookie cutter, but they're just very plain, right? Like, high attack and defense, damage reduction, they're pretty much done, right? Like, even Buu tanks, I guess, is not the craziest, right? Stacks attack and defense on 12 and 18 key, heals, attack and defense. Like, I can understand the point. They definitely get a lot more interesting once they transform, because that's where Vegito, you get the 10 turns of seeing super attacks, and, Buuhan has that seal that sucks, but, I mean, it at least is something a little bit different. So I do understand his point, but I would argue that the units are very, very hype. Yeah, here we go. I just want one Vegito, then I can decide if it's good, right? A lot of stuff like that. Good so far, needs more content. Yeah, most of the content is reliant on waiting. Yes, the Dragon Ball Legends method. Legends and Dokkan steal so much from each other. People always go, why does everyone compare Dragon Ball? Why does everyone compare Legends and Dokkan? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, they both have Dragon Ball in the name of the game, so of course they're going to be compared. Number two, Legends literally said, we took feedback from Dokkan to make Legends. So the games will forever be tied together. You can't, like, talk about Legends without including Dokkan in it, because it's made from Dokkan, basically. Like, that's one thing people have to understand. And then Dokkan and Legends continually release units at the same time, right? Legends just released an Ultimate Gohan and a Buu Gotenks. Now Dokkan does it. Like, this is a very common occurrence where Dokkan and Legends release, like, the exact units, like days or some, like, weeks apart, right? So the games are always forever going to be connected. They take a lot of stuff from each other, but this is one of the bad things Dokkan has taken from Legends, is, like, skewering these events, like staggering them. It's just not fun. It's not fun. Part 1 of Year 5 was awesome. Well, I mean, it's basically, am I crazy? It's the same thing. Let me pull up the 5-year anniversary, but I feel like the 5-year anniversary Part 1 was, like, basically identical to what we're looking at right now. Am I wrong? Let me take a look. All right, here is the 5-year anniversary. Let me take a look. So, Part 1. Okay, so we have, yeah, like, the Stamina Campaign, Dual Dokkan Fest, the 2 new events, tickets, Exchange Shop, red coin, purple coin. Yeah, okay, the story event, right? Which was staggered. There was only, like, 3 stages, but there was a second story event, which was also staggered, only, like, two or 3 stages. You couldn't awaken the units in Part 1. There was this right here, the Frieza's Army enlistment test, which is fun. This is something they could have done right here. Just, do the little, like, punching bag type event every day, which is super, super easy to do, right? There's also the Whis event right here. I mean, that was a daily event. That's basically the same thing as the Saiyan stamina thing. And then old events. There was a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History, a new stage of Boss Rush. Yeah, it's the same thing. It literally Part 1 is exact. See that? Like, that's, I don't really understand what he means. How? Okay, but he's saying it is good so far, but needs more content. But yeah, again, it's exactly the same thing as Part 1 of Year 5. Yeah, I don't think we're getting a normal EZA. I mean, I have to agree. I mean, we're not getting a Dokkan Fest EZA, but I think we could, again, like the STR Spirit Bomb Goku and the Int Vegeta, I think we could see them EZA. I'm bored. Celebration lacking in content. Units are fun. Part 1 is lacking. Yeah, so hopefully Dokkan, we sort of can understand this, right? You have got to make part 1 have more content. You need to start with an EZA. You need to start with the story event being complete. They very easily could have extended this story event, the Kid Buu and Goku one, and like, okay, so what they could have done is the story event could have gone until Goku and Vegeta leave Buu's body, but there could have been a couple more stages. They could have made like a free-to-play Dende. Like, they could have saved the Hercule and the Goku for a second story event that they could release in part 2, right? That would have been, I think, a little bit better. And then maybe from this free-to-play event, they could have given us like a Dende and maybe like an old Kai, or like an old Kai and Supreme and Kibito Kai or something like that. Those could have been the free-to-play units, from just the Super Buu portion of the fight where he's absorbing everyone and stuff like that. They could have extended those stages out a little bit, right? Given us a couple stages of Vegito versus Buuhan. And then they could have had the exchange Buu and Hercule, and then the Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan 3 Goku could have been in a second story event that they could do in part 2 or 3. That, I think, would have been a lot better. But yeah, so again, let me know what you guys think, but I mean, we're right here, right? It's so bizarre that they're like, here, use 2 billion stamina, but we're not going to give you anything to use stamina on besides just, grinding these very monotonous, like, stupid, like, link levels. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I would say by the time the celebration is done, it probably will be thought of very, very favorably. But right now, we're definitely in a very tricky spot. So, again, let me know what you guys think. And I'll catch y'all next time.